able to connect with the vibrational energy of crystals and using that knowledge to improve your life daily. Get ready for a journey of self-discovery and learning, where Nikola Tesla and the energy of crystals intertwine to provide you with new perspectives and opportunities. Stay with us until the end and discover how something so simple can have a significant impact on your well-being. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in present-day Croatia, and became one of the most influential inventors and engineers of the modern era. His work with electricity and magnetism not only revolutionized the way we understand the world, but also laid the foundation for various technologies we use today, such as alternating current electricity and wireless transmission systems. Above all, Tesla was a visionary who believed that energy could be accessible and utilized efficiently by everyone. One of Tesla's most remarkable traits was his profound connection to nature. He believed that all beings and elements in the universe are interconnected by energies and frequencies. This perspective led him to explore practices that involved crystals, especially quartz crystals, which he considered pure sources of energy. Tesla saw in crystals the opportunity to connect with the very essence of the universe, and this belief inspired many experiments aimed at exploring the resonance and vibration of materials. Tesla was not just a scientist, he was a true artist of innovation. Experiments like the famous Tesla coil were just a few examples of his brilliance. This invention not only paved the way for wireless transmission of electricity, but also explored the vibrational principles that we are only beginning to understand. He firmly believed that by aligning the frequency of a system, it would be possible to access an unlimited energy source. In addition to his scientific contributions, Tesla's vision of harmony between science and spirituality resonates today, especially in the contemporary quest for sustainable solutions. His work sheds light on the importance of understanding not just the mechanics of energy, but also how that energy can influence our well-being and personal growth. It is precisely this intersection of science and spirituality that we are about to explore in this video, starting with the fascinating properties of quartz crystals. Quartz crystals are some of the most abundant and fascinating mineral formations on Earth. Composed primarily of silicon dioxide, these gems can be found in various forms and colors, resulting from complex geological processes that occur over billions of years. They form in the Earth's interior, where high temperatures and pressures create an ideal environment for crystallization. As cooled magma solidifies, the crystals develop gradually, resulting in intricate and beautiful structures. There are several varieties of quartz, each with its unique characteristics. Clear quartz, also known as rock crystal, is the most common and is often used in both ornamental and industrial applications. Rose quartz, associated with love and compassion, is known for its calming and regenerative properties. Smoky quartz, which ranges from brown to black, is frequently linked to protection and stress relief. Historically, quartz crystals have been revered as powerful tools for healing and energy. Ancient cultures, such as the Egyptians and Chinese, used crystals not only in jewelry but also in rituals and spiritual practices. Egyptians, for instance, believed that crystals protected against negative energies and promoted harmony. The Chinese integrated crystals into their traditional medicine practices, using their energy to heal and restore balance in the body. In addition to their beauty and spiritual significance, quartz crystals have various practical applications in science and technology. They are essential components in modern electronic devices, including watches, computers, and cell phones, due to their ability to resonate at specific frequencies. This piezoelectric property, which makes crystals generate an electric charge when subjected to pressure, is the foundation for many devices that rely on stability and precision. Understanding what quartz crystals are and their properties is crucial in accessing their energies. Now that we have explored the nature and history of these incredible crystals, let's discover the vibrational properties of quartz crystals and how they relate to health. Quartz crystals are revered not only for their beauty, but also for their unique vibrational properties that influence the energy around us. One of the most fascinating characteristics of quartz is its piezoelectric property, which allows the crystals to generate an electric charge when subjected to pressure. This property is essential in many modern technologies, such as quartz watches and communication systems. However, its importance extends beyond technology. It also plays a significant role in how these crystals interact with humans on an energetic level. Quartz crystals vibrate at specific frequencies, and this resonance can have a profound impact on our mind and body. Each crystal emits a unique frequency that can influence the energy surrounding us. When we are in their presence, these vibrations can help align our own frequencies, promoting a state of balance and harmony. Many practitioners of alternative medicine and spirituality affirm that the vibrational energy of crystals can assist in unlocking and aligning our energy centers or chakras, enhancing our emotional and spiritual well-being. To better understand how this interaction works, let's consider resonance. Resonance is a phenomenon that occurs when a vibrating system responds with greater amplitude to a particular frequency. For example, you may have heard how a glass can shatter when exposed to a specific musical note. This happens because the frequency of the note matches the natural frequency of the glass, causing it to vibrate intensely until it breaks. Similarly, quartz crystals resonate with the frequencies emitted by our bodies, amplifying or balancing our energy. Scientific studies have also investigated how the vibrations of crystals affect water. A notable experiment conducted by researchers in Japan found that water exposed to the vibrations of quartz crystals acquires a more structured molecular arrangement. The structure of water is crucial for our biological processes. When better structured, it can lead to health benefits such as improved hydration and detoxification. In addition to physical energy, quartz crystals can also interact with our psyche. Research in vibrational therapy suggests that frequencies emitted by crystals can help alleviate stress, anxiety, and even physical pain. When we use crystals during meditation, for instance, many report a deeper and more meaningful experience. This occurs because the vibration of the crystals can facilitate entry into elevated states of consciousness, allowing for a greater connection with our inner self. The interaction between the energy of the crystals and human energy is also mediated by our thoughts and emotions. Quantum physics suggests that our intentions play a crucial role in how energy manifests. By focusing our intentions on using crystals, we can amplify the effects we desire, whether for healing, protection, or clarity. Seeing crystals as living vibrational organisms emphasizes the connection between us and the world around us. When we surround ourselves with these crystals, we do not merely absorb their energies, we also emit our own frequencies in a continuous cycle of influence. With this understanding of the vibrational properties of quartz crystals, we are ready to discuss the benefits they can bring to our lives, both emotionally and physically. Quartz crystals are a rich source of benefits that can impact our lives in surprising ways. When we consider the amount of energy they emit and how their vibrational frequencies interact with our bodies, it's easy to see why so many people are turning to them for improvements in their quality of life. Let's explore some of the main benefits associated with using quartz crystals, both in the emotional and physical realms. One of the most notable benefits of quartz is its ability to enhance mental clarity. By using quartz crystals during meditation or moments of reflection, many find an improvement in their focus and decision-making capabilities. The energy of quartz helps eliminate external and internal distractions, allowing you to connect more deeply with your thoughts and feelings. This makes quartz a valuable tool for those seeking self-knowledge or facing moments of indecision. In addition to mental clarity, quartz crystals are widely recognized for their stress-reducing properties. Stress is one of the primary challenges we face in modern life, often leading to physical and mental health issues. Incorporating quartz crystals into your routine can act as a natural calming agent. Many individuals establish a relaxation ritual, holding a quartz crystal or simply placing it in a peaceful space. The calming effect of the vibrations helps balance chaotic emotions and provides an environment conducive to tranquility. Another important aspect is the healing energy of quartz crystals. They are frequently used as tools in alternative therapies, especially in holistic healing practices. Quartz is seen as an amplifier of energy, helping to intensify the effects of other therapies such as acupuncture, Reiki, and aromatherapy. By stimulating the flow of positive energy, crystals assist not only in emotional healing, but also in physical recovery. Many therapists use quartz crystals around their patients' bodies to promote healing during treatments. Furthermore, quartz is known to enhance intuition and spiritual awareness. It is believed that keeping quartz crystals in your meditation and prayer space can amplify spiritual energy, facilitating a deeper connection with your higher self, spiritual guides, or the wisdom of the universe. This connection can open new perspectives and provide insights that might otherwise go unnoticed. Finally, the use of quartz crystals can also contribute to attracting prosperity and success. Many people utilize citrine quartz, for example, which is commonly associated with abundance and prosperity. Placing a citrine crystal in your workspace or home can help create an energized environment that fosters creativity, motivation, and goal achievement. The benefits of quartz crystals are vast and varied, ranging from simple enhancements to mental clarity to emotional and spiritual healing. By integrating quartz crystals into your daily life, you can not only begin to notice positive changes in your well-being, but also connect to a practice rich in history and significance. Nikola Tesla was a singular figure in his time, a genius whose vision of energy, technology, and innovation continues to resonate today. His deep understanding of the laws of physics and nature, combined with his desire to connect science and spirituality, enhances the potency of his legacy. Tesla not only revolutionized the world of electrification with his inventions, but also paved the way for a new way of thinking about energy as a vital force that permeates everything around us. Today, we live in an era where the quest for sustainable solutions and renewable energy is more relevant than ever. Tesla's vision of a world powered by clean, accessible energy is being realized through new research and technological innovations. From the development of solar panels to electricity systems that rely on efficiency, Tesla's spirit lives on in the minds of scientists and engineers who are striving to transform how we interact with the world. The growing interest in well-being practices and holistic healing also reflects Tesla's philosophy. As more people seek balance and harmony in their lives, energy and frequency-based approaches are increasingly integrated into daily routines. Understanding that our thoughts and emotions are forms of energy that can be manipulated for our well-being is an idea Tesla would have wholeheartedly supported. Integrating spiritual practices, such as using quartz crystals with the science of vibration and energy, is a way to honor Tesla's legacy. This connection between energetic awareness and daily practices empowers us to create positive changes in our lives and the communities around us. Tesla elevates us to a new era of understanding, where energy is not just a resource to be exploited, but a vital force to be revered and utilized responsibly. We have reached the end of our exploratory journey into Nikola Tesla and the fascinating world of quartz crystals. In this video, we have more than being the form to our daily routines, whether through meditation, in our workspaces, or even as accessories, can help amplify our intentions and promote balance. By doing so, we connect not only with ourselves, but also with the rich tradition of knowledge that includes Tesla's innovative vision. This legacy invites us to see the world not just as a physical place, but as a vibrational space we can shape and influence through our actions and intentions. We encourage you to experiment for yourself. Choose a crystal that resonates with you, begin meditating with it, energize your water, or allow it to illuminate your space, bringing a fresh perspective and positive energies into your life. If you have had experiences with quartz crystals or have been inspired by Tesla's work, we invite you to share your stories and reflections in the comments below. Your journey may inspire others. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to keep up with more content about science, spirituality, and well-being.
Imagine a world where energy is not just something we use, but an invisible force that connects everything that exists. This revolutionary vision doesn't belong to an ordinary scientist, but to one of the greatest geniuses in history, Nikola Tesla. Remembered as the father of modern electricity, with innovations like alternating current and the famous Tesla coil, he went far beyond his technical creations. He envisioned an interconnected future, where energy would transcend the boundaries of the material and link us to the cosmos in ways we can barely comprehend. However, there is something many do not know about Tesla. He was not just an inventor. He was a true spiritual visionary. In one of his most enigmatic statements, he claimed, "The Spirit of God is not what you think." This raises a crucial question. What did he really mean by that? Tesla viewed the universe in a way few dared to see, with a perspective that went beyond conventional physics and touched the depths of spirituality. He believed that cosmic energy was not just a physical force, but a manifestation of the divine. It is precisely at this intersection between science and spirituality that we will delve deeper. In this video, we will explore the spiritual and philosophical influences that shaped Tesla's mind. What does he reveal to us about human potential and our connection to the universe? How did his ideas challenge the materialistic views of his time? Get ready for a fascinating journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about the boundary between the physical and the spiritual. Building on what we've explored about Tesla's vision, we can see that he regarded energy not merely as a physical phenomenon, but as an invisible force that permeates the universe in an interconnected way. For him, the cosmos was not just a collection of observable particles and forces, but a vast and dynamic energy field where everything, from the stars in the sky to the smallest atoms, was connected. He viewed energy not as an isolated entity, but as a force that flows through all things, linking them and allowing them to interact in ways we have yet to fully understand. This conception of universal energy was something Tesla dedicated himself to understanding throughout his life. He believed this energy was not limited to the forms we know, such as electricity or magnetism. To him, there was a greater and more fundamental force, accessible to all, that could be harnessed to transform humanity. This idea of infinite, abundant, and free energy was one of the most bold and visionary concepts of his time. Tesla dreamed of a world where energy was a common good, available to everyone without the high costs that characterize electricity consumption today. But how does this vision connect with the idea of the Spirit of God? In his deeper reflections, Tesla indicated that true energy could not be measured by traditional scientific instruments. He suggested that what many perceive as electricity, magnetism, or other physical forces are merely superficial manifestations of something far more expansive. For him, true energy was intangible, almost spiritual, a cosmic force that transcended the limitations of human understanding. This energy, which he associated with the divine, was not just a scientific force, but an expression of the very spirit of the universe. It is important to note that, for Tesla, this was not an empty mystical idea. On the contrary, he saw this universal energy as something that could be captured and utilized by human beings, provided humanity reached a higher level of understanding and connection with the cosmos. He believed that by accessing this force, we could unlock infinite possibilities, both for technological advancement and spiritual growth. Tesla did not see these two realms, science and spirituality, as separate, but as aspects of a greater whole. He envisioned a future where the boundaries between these two areas would dissolve, revealing a deeper understanding of our true nature and our place in the universe. He viewed energy not only as the foundation of material progress, but as the key to spiritual evolution and an expansion of human consciousness. Thus, as we delve deeper into his ideas, we encounter a fundamental question. What did Tesla really know about this universal energy? And why did he believe that by understanding it, we could not only transform the physical world, but also connect more intimately with the divine? This is the question we will explore now as we advance in our journey to better understand the link between science, energy, and spirituality in Nikola Tesla's vision. And now, as we begin to grasp Tesla's unique view of universal energy, we reach a crucial point: the connection between science and spirituality in his mind. Tesla did not merely see energy as a physical phenomenon, but as a reflection of a deeper and more mysterious reality. Now, let's explore how his spiritual beliefs and mysticism shaped his discoveries and his vision of the universe. Stay with me. Although Nikola Tesla is widely recognized for his groundbreaking scientific inventions, such as alternating current and the Tesla coil, few people know that he also held deeply rooted spiritual and philosophical beliefs. For Tesla, science and spirituality were not opposing forces but two sides of the same coin. His scientific work was not merely a quest for technological innovations, but an attempt to understand the universe at its most fundamental level, where energy, the human mind, and cosmic forces were intrinsically connected. Tesla believed that the key to understanding the true nature of reality lay not only in observation and scientific experimentation, but also in spiritual perception. In many interviews, Tesla emphasized the importance of meditation, silence, and introspection. He believed that connecting with the essence of the universe could grant us wisdom that transcended material understanding. For him, the simple act of quieting the mind could open doors to a deeper comprehension of the forces governing the cosmos. He often remarked that while science was making advances in areas like electricity, magnetism, and mechanics, it was still far from understanding the whole, what he perceived as a broader and more mystical reality. Tesla frequently asserted that true knowledge could not be obtained solely through physical senses and the material laws of physics. He viewed the human mind as an antenna capable of picking up vibrations and cosmic energy if properly tuned. He believed that the laws of the universe were not merely based on matter, but also on something beyond it, a universal spirit or cosmic force that he referred to as the Spirit of God. This concept of universal energy transcended his physical inventions, suggesting that the true nature of the universe was spiritual and energetic, something that could not be described or measured by the scientific tools of his time. Tesla's spiritual approach was, in many ways, influenced by ancient mystical traditions. He studied Eastern philosophies, such as Hinduism and Buddhism, which emphasized the connection between the human mind and the energies of the universe. Tesla believed that the laws governing the universe were not limited to Western science, but encompassed a deeper and more cosmic understanding, accessible only to those who dedicated themselves to inner silence and meditation. In his view, the universe was not merely a collection of physical processes, but a living, pulsating web of energy reflecting a divine principle. The mysticism permeating his ideas was not just a philosophical aspect, but profoundly influenced his scientific work. Tesla saw his inventions as a means to unveil the mysteries of the cosmos and unlock the secrets of the Spirit of God. The idea of a universal cosmic energy, accessible to all, formed the foundation of many of his innovations. His famous quote, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration," referred not only to scientific concepts, but also to a deeper spiritual philosophy, where everything in the universe vibrates at a specific frequency and is interconnected through a universal energy. He also believed that spirituality could be the key to unlocking a new era of human development, one in which humanity could live in harmony with cosmic forces. Tesla was a true visionary in this respect, imagining a world where advanced technologies were aligned with spiritual principles. For him, the true evolution of humanity would not be merely technological, but also spiritual, an advancement that would occur when science and spirituality united to reveal the mysteries of the universe. Even in his later years, Tesla continued to advocate the idea that great scientific discoveries were yet to come, and that these discoveries would profoundly impact our spiritual understanding of the universe. He believed that by connecting science with spirituality, humanity could achieve a higher level of consciousness where matter and spirit would coexist perfectly. Tesla's vision of spiritual mysticism was not just a quest for philosophical or religious explanations. It was a pathway to a more complete understanding of the nature of reality, a call to transcend the limitations of a materialistic outlook and embrace a deeper, more holistic perspective. Tesla saw the universe as an infinite energy field, where every human being could connect to a source of divine wisdom, accessing the unlimited potential he believed was within everyone's reach. Tesla was not just a brilliant scientist, he was a mystic, someone who viewed the world in a way that few could comprehend. And it is this unique combination of science and spirituality that makes his ideas so fascinating and timeless. He invited us to look beyond physical appearances and seek a deeper understanding, not only of the universe but of ourselves. Now that we have explored Tesla's mind and his deep connection between science and spirituality, we arrive at the heart of his vision, something that transcends inventions and theories. What did he truly mean when he spoke of the Spirit of God? What was the true essence of this cosmic force that he believed to be the key to understanding the universe? Prepare yourself, for in the next chapter, we will unveil the core of Tesla's vision and how it may transform the way we perceive the world around us. When Nikola Tesla proclaimed, "The Spirit of God is not what you think," he was not only questioning the religious conventions of his time, but also inviting humanity to rethink its relationship with the divine and the universe. In making this statement, Tesla was not referring to a traditional or theological figure, but to something much broader and more essential. A universal, energetic, and infinite force that permeates the entire cosmos, unifying all beings and elements of nature. For Tesla, the Spirit of God was not something distant or unattainable. It was the very vital energy that animated everything that exists. Tesla's phrase may seem provocative, but it reflects one of the central ideas of his philosophy, that divinity cannot be confined by religious dogmas or traditional human understanding. He believed that God, or the divine spirit, should not be seen as a separate figure, but as a cosmic and omnipresent force, accessible and palpable in its essence through the energy that connects all things. This vision was deeply connected to his understanding of a dynamic universe, where everything, from subatomic particles to celestial bodies, was interconnected by a universal energy that transcended the material. For Tesla, science and spirituality were not two separate disciplines, but complementary paths seeking the same universal truth. Science aimed to understand the behavior of this energy through observation, experimentation, and calculation. Spirituality, in turn, sought a deeper and often intangible understanding of the essence of this force, something that could not be seen or measured by conventional scientific instruments, but manifested in subtle and transcendent forms. Tesla viewed these two approaches as essential for a complete understanding of reality. He believed that while science advanced to uncover the visible aspects of the universe, spirituality offered a key to accessing the invisible, more mysterious, and profound part. The universal energy he studied, whether in the form of electricity, magnetism, or radiation, was not merely a physical phenomenon. It was, for Tesla, the tangible manifestation of a divine principle permeating all existence. This energy was not just a physical force, but something sacred, something that could be felt and experienced at a higher level of consciousness. Tesla saw this connection with the divine, not as a privilege for a few, but as something all human beings could access if they were willing to open themselves to a broader understanding of reality. For him, true science was not merely the pursuit of discoveries that improved material life, but the exploration of what connects all living beings, a spiritual and energetic force that transcends the limits of time, space, and matter. In his letters and writings, Tesla frequently mentioned the idea that if humanity could access this universal energy, not only would technologies transform, but the very condition of humanity would undergo a radical change. He believed that by aligning science with spirituality, humanity could reach a new stage of evolution, where technological advancements would be used not to dominate nature, but to live in harmonious and profound coexistence with the cosmos. He envisioned a future in which energy would no longer be a commodity or a limited resource, but a free and abundant force, accessible to all, capable of eliminating the conflicts and inequalities that characterize human society. However, Tesla's vision was not a utopian or mystical dream. It was an invitation to action, a call for humanity to transcend its current limitations and open its mind to a new way of understanding the universe. In many of his lectures, he suggested that the true discovery of universal energy would not depend solely on technological inventions, but on a shift in human perception. The key, for him, lay in the ability to perceive the connection between all things, to see energy not as something we can dominate, but as something we are, flowing through us and everything around us. Tesla viewed the Spirit of God as the force driving progress not only materially, but also spiritually. For him, understanding this force could change the course of human history, leading us to a new paradigm where science and spirituality would no longer be in opposition, but, together, work to reveal the deeper truths of existence. He was not merely trying to understand the cosmos for human benefit, but to reveal the role of each person within this vast and interconnected universe. Ultimately, Tesla's vision of the Spirit of God challenges us to think beyond the limits imposed by materialistic science and traditional religions. It invites us to perceive reality as an energetic and spiritual tapestry, where every thread, every atom, is connected to the totality of the cosmos, reflecting the presence of a divine and universal force. This was undoubtedly one of Tesla's greatest legacies, the ability to look to the future and see not only the advancement of technology, but also the evolution of human consciousness. Now that we have explored Tesla's vision of the Spirit of God and how he perceived the interconnection between universal energy and the divine, it is important to understand how he viewed science within this context. For Tesla, science was not merely a path to technological innovations, but a tool for understanding the divine laws that govern the cosmos. He believed that scientific discoveries could bring us closer to comprehending the universe and its divine laws, but that true enlightenment could only be achieved through meditation and self-perception. For him, science could create a fairer and more prosperous world. But true transformation would only come when humanity transcended material concerns and connected with the spiritual forces of the universe. Tesla was in search of a universal and limitless energy, something he viewed as the key to cosmic harmony, a means to align humanity with what he considered divine forces. His quest for free and abundant energy was not just a technological effort, but a spiritual mission. For Tesla, technology should serve spirituality, not overshadow it. He saw science and spirituality as complementary paths, both seeking to understand the energy that unites all things, but with different methods and approaches. Science, through observation and experimentation, aimed to understand this energy in a tangible way, while spirituality, through introspection and meditation, sought to comprehend its deeper, often elusive essence. Understanding how science connects with spirituality was central to Tesla's vision, but his personal life also reflected this profound relationship with the spiritual. Tesla lived a life marked by enigmatic experiences and a strong bond with spiritualism. He engaged with thinkers and philosophers who explored hidden energies and cosmic forces, and he claimed that his greatest scientific discoveries were guided by a higher inspiration from a divine source. Many of his deepest insights occurred during moments of solitude or meditation, experiences he described as visions of the future. Although Tesla never labeled himself as a mystic, his actions and words reveal a deep belief in something beyond the tangible. He viewed his discoveries as part of a universal spiritual order and believed that his quest for truth was closely linked to understanding this cosmic energy. Tesla seemed to understand that to truly comprehend the universe, it would be necessary to look not only at the physical world, but also at the more subtle realms of existence. This awareness led him to experiment with mystical and spiritual practices, often in search of a direct connection with what he perceived as the divine source of his inspiration. In his relentless quest for answers, Tesla opened himself to these spiritual influences, which he believed were essential for unveiling the great truths of the cosmos. While Tesla was a scientific innovator, his belief in something beyond the tangible extended to how he viewed the role of science. Now let's examine how he envisioned the connection between science and spirituality, and how this union was fundamental to his philosophy. How did Tesla see science not just as a tool for knowledge, but as a key to revealing the Spirit of God and unlocking human potential? Join me as we explore the integration of these two dimensions in his thought. Tesla believed that universal energy, the force that connects everything in the universe, was the key to the evolution of human consciousness. For him, this energy was not just an electrical or magnetic phenomenon, but a spiritual force that required respect and understanding. Science, when comprehended in its entirety, should include this spiritual dimension, and the pursuit of scientific truth should go beyond matter, touching the depths of the human spirit. He saw the universe as an interconnected whole, where energy was not something to be dominated but something that should be understood and respected. Tesla encouraged his contemporaries and future scientists to expand the boundaries of scientific research to include not only physical aspects, but also spiritual ones, believing that only then could we attain a complete understanding of reality. For him, true science was not only about studying matter, but also about comprehending the spiritual energy that transcends physics, a call to explore the cosmos in a deeper and more holistic way. Everything we have discussed so far leads us to a crucial point: Tesla's legacy. His impact goes far beyond his technological inventions. Tesla left a lasting mark not only in the field of science, but also in how we understand the connection between energy, science, and spirituality. His ideas about the interconnection of all elements in the universe continue to inspire scientists, philosophers, and spiritualists around the world. Although many of his inventions are still being developed or refined, his lessons on universal energy and the divine spirit remain timeless. Tesla viewed technology not merely as a tool for material progress, but as a bridge to spiritual enlightenment. He believed that true human evolution would only be possible when science and spirituality were united, working together to reveal the fundamental truths of the universe. Today, Tesla's legacy continues to remind us that true progress lies not only in technological innovation, but in the pursuit of spiritual wisdom that allows us to understand our place in the cosmos. His vision of a world where science and spirituality coexist harmoniously offers a pathway to a more enlightened future, where these two forces can jointly help humanity reach its utmost potential. Now that we have explored Tesla's vast legacy, it becomes clear that his vision extends far beyond the science and technology he helped to shape. His impact transcends inventions and experiments, touching the heart of what he believed to be the true human quest, understanding the deep connection between energy, spirituality, and the universe. But what is the truth that Tesla revealed to us, and how does his vision continue to guide us? Let's reflect on this as we conclude our journey through his visionary mind and the legacy he left for future generations. Nikola Tesla was one of the greatest visionaries in history, but his influence extends beyond the realms of science and engineering. Tesla challenged humanity to consider the intricate connections between technology, energy, and spirituality, inspiring generations to seek knowledge and understanding. His famous statement, "The Spirit of God is not what you think," urges us to reevaluate our perception of divinity. Tesla implored us to look beyond traditional thinking and to see energy as a universal spiritual force that unites all existence. His reflections reveal a universe where science and spirituality coexist, enriching each other. Tesla believed that science was not just a collection of formulas, but a reflective quest for truth that encompasses the spiritual dimension. This cosmic energy, he proposed, holds the key to elevating human consciousness, connecting the physical and the spiritual. Tesla's legacy inspires us to dream of a future where technology and spirituality align to enhance the purpose of life. His teachings continue to serve as a guide for facing contemporary challenges, reminding us that unity and interconnectedness are the essence of truth. Hello, how are you today? I hope you're doing great. Today we're going to embark on a fascinating journey that intertwines science, spirituality, and the deepest mysteries of the universe. Have you ever stopped to think if miracles and the laws of physics are more connected than we imagine? In this video, we'll explore the captivating ideas of one of history's greatest geniuses, Nikola Tesla. Get ready to question your perception of reality and discover how these concepts can impact your life. Imagine a world where science and spirituality dance together, where the laws of the universe are revealed behind ancient stories. What if you could unlock the answers that open the doors of knowledge? And what if I told you that some of these answers are hidden within biblical narratives and the forgotten theories of a brilliant mind? Nikola Tesla saw figures like Jesus Christ not only as spiritual leaders, but as masters of the fundamental principles that govern the universe. For him, the miracles attributed to Jesus were not mere supernatural events, but rather evidence of an advanced understanding of natural laws and energetic vibrations capable of healing and transforming. Could it be that what we call miracles are simply a deeper knowledge of reality, ready to spark your curiosity? Then, let's unravel this mystery together. Nikola Tesla, a name that resonates in history as one of humanity's greatest inventors, is not only known for his innovations in electricity. Tesla had a worldview that transcended what his contemporaries could comprehend. To him, the universe was not merely a collection of atoms and molecules. It was a vast interconnected web of invisible forces shaping our reality. This vision can be compared to a spider's web. Each thread, each node, is meticulously crafted, connecting one side to the other and forming a harmonious whole. Tesla believed that, much like the web, everything in the cosmos is interlinked by a vital energy. This perspective propelled him to explore new frontiers in science, while questioning the limits of human knowledge. He perceived the universe as a living organism, where every part plays a crucial role. For instance, think of radio waves. When we send or receive signals, we are utilizing those same invisible forces that Tesla studied so deeply. This energy flows around us, connecting us in ways we often fail to notice. Tesla, with his brilliant mind, wasn't just inventing. He was trying to unveil the secrets that govern life. As we understand Tesla's innovative vision, we begin to open our minds to possibilities that once seemed impossible. We are just at the beginning of our exploration. Now stay with me, because in the next section we will dive into how Tesla viewed energy not just as a force, but as the essence of existence. For Nikola Tesla, energy was far more than just a force that made machines work. It was the very essence of existence. To him, everything in the universe emanated energy, and this energy had the power to transform not just matter, but also consciousness. Tesla believed that by understanding and manipulating this energy, we could reach new dimensions of human development. Consider how music works. When you play an instrument, you generate sound waves that vibrate at different frequencies. These vibrations do not just delight the ears, they also affect our emotions and mental states. This leads us to the idea that each of us has a unique vibrational frequency. When this frequency is in harmony, we experience health and well-being. However, when it is out of alignment, we may feel discomfort or illness. A practical example of this concept is the use of sound therapy, where specific sound frequencies are employed to promote healing and relieve stress. What often appears to be mysticism actually has roots in physics and the understanding of vibrations that permeate our being. This connection between energy and health is increasingly recognized in alternative medicine. Tesla challenged us to expand our minds beyond what the eyes can see. He dreamed of a future where we could collectively access this universal energy and use it to transform our lives, not just in technological terms, but also spiritually. So, stay with me, because now we will explore the deeper connections that Tesla saw with spiritual figures like Jesus, and understand how he interpreted miracles through a new scientific lens. Nikola Tesla's view of spirituality is truly fascinating. He saw figures like Jesus Christ not only as spiritual leaders, but as masters of fundamental principles that govern the universe. For Tesla, the miracles attributed to Jesus were not mere supernatural interventions, but rather demonstrations of an advanced understanding of the natural laws and energetic vibrations that can heal and transform. A compelling example is the healing of the sick. Tesla believed that every human being possesses a unique vibrational frequency, and many health issues arise when this frequency is out of alignment. Therefore, healing could be viewed as a process of rebalancing these vibrations. Imagine a musician tuning their instrument to produce the perfect note. Similarly, Jesus might have been tuning the health of individuals. Furthermore, Tesla speculated about events like the multiplication of loaves and fishes, suggesting that this could be interpreted as manipulation of matter at a subatomic level. In this view, Jesus was not simply creating more food out of thin air. He was reorganizing existing particles of matter. This leads us to ponder. What if these biblical stories are a means of transmitting knowledge about the physical laws we have yet to fully comprehend? By looking at these events through a fresh lens, we can begin to see deep connections between science and spirituality, revealing that one does not exclude the other, and that both can coexist and enrich our understanding of the world. So, keep going with me, because next we'll talk about the ether, the invisible force that Tesla believed was the key to understanding the universal connection between all things. One of the most intriguing concepts that Nikola Tesla advocated was the existence of the ether, a ubiquitous force that permeates the entire universe. Although this idea was dismissed by many scientists in his time, Tesla regarded it as fundamental to understanding how everything is interconnected. To him, the ether was not just a theoretical concept, but the very essence that connects every particle of matter and forms the fabric of the cosmos. Imagine the ether as a vast, invisible ocean that surrounds everything. This energy moves and flows, creating a network that links atoms, planets, and even our emotions. A modern parallel we can draw is the technology of Wi-Fi. Just as radio waves transmit signals wirelessly from one point to another, Tesla believed the ether allowed for communication and the transfer of energy at levels we still do not fully understand. When we consider the ether in this manner, we can begin to see how Tesla's ideas might apply to different fields of science. There are current investigations in contemporary physics that strive to understand zero-point energy and how these invisible forces could influence matter in ways that challenge our current comprehension. This concept of connection through the ether also leads us to reflect on the human and spiritual relationships around us. When we understand that we are all linked by this network of energy, it becomes easier to grasp the importance of empathy, love, and compassion in our daily interactions. So stay with me, because in the next section, we will analyze how sacred scriptures may contain profound scientific secrets in light of what Tesla believed. Tesla had a unique perspective on sacred texts, believing that the stories contained within the Bible were not merely spiritual narratives, but were rich with hidden scientific knowledge. He proposed that universal truths were encoded in metaphors and tales that, if interpreted correctly, could reveal secrets about the workings of the cosmos. One of the most intriguing examples Tesla observed was the account of the creation of the world in 6 days. For many, this passage is viewed as a religious allegory. However, Tesla saw these days as fundamental stages in the formation of the universe, describing real cosmic processes. Imagine this as a sequence of events in a documentary, where each day reveals a different aspect of the creation of our planet. Another fascinating example is the story of the parting of the Red Sea. Tesla argued that what many consider a miracle could be explained by natural forces, such as climatic changes or powerful winds that parted the waters. Thus, The action of Moses could be seen not as a supernatural act, but as one utilizing a deep understanding of natural forces to take advantage of a rare event. The idea that natural phenomena and spiritual events are intertwined challenges our usual separation of science and religion. By reinterpreting these stories through a new lens, we may discover much more about the principles governing not just nature, but also the human experience. Now stay with me, because we will explore the fascinating obsession of Tesla with the numbers 3, 6, and 9, and how these numbers reveal essential patterns in the structure of reality. Nikola Tesla had a profound obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9, believing that they contained the key to unlocking the deepest secrets of the universe. To him, these numbers were not mere digits. They represented fundamental patterns that permeate nature and the structure of reality. The special relationship among them extends to various areas of life, from mathematics to spirituality. For example, the number 3 is often associated with creation and harmony. Think of the triads found in various cultures, from the Holy Trinity in Christianity to the 3 dimensions of space. Tesla saw the number 3 as the starting point of everything, a foundation that gives rise to various forms of existence. The number 6, in many traditions, represents stability and support. This can be reflected in the symmetry found in nature, such as the hexagonal arrangement of honeybees' hives, which are built to optimize space and efficiency. This is not just a feat of nature's engineering. It serves as a perfect example of how the number 6 supports and balances. Finally, the number 9 is viewed as the culmination, the transcendence from the physical to the spiritual. Tesla believed that 9 carries the divine energy that flows through all beings, connecting everything in the universe. When we observe natural cycles, such as the phases of the moon, we can notice the repeated presence of these numbers. An example is the lunar cycle, which has an average duration of 29.5 days, reflecting the patterns of 3, 6, and 9 through its phases. According to Tesla, these numbers are involved in every aspect of life, from the laws of physics to artistic expressions. He believed that by understanding the true nature of these numbers, we could unlock new doors to energy, power, and knowledge. Stay with me, because now we will explore how we can apply Tesla's principles in our everyday lives, and why this is more relevant than ever. Now that we have explored Nikola Tesla's unique vision, his ideas about energy, spirituality, and the connections represented by the numbers 3, 6, and 9, an important question arises. How can we apply all of this in our daily lives? The good news is that the principles Tesla advocated are not just theoretical. They find practical application in various aspects of everyday life. One of the first steps is to develop greater awareness of the energy that surrounds us and resides within us. Practices such as meditation and mindfulness can help us tune into our personal vibrations, promoting inner harmony and, consequently, positively influencing our interactions with the outside world. Meditation is an excellent example of how we can balance our energy. When we connect with our breath and thoughts, we can align our frequencies and, in turn, achieve a state of peace and mental clarity. Another practical application is the use of vibrational therapies that have gained traction in recent years. Sound therapies, acupuncture, and even aromatherapy are examples of how the understanding of energies can be harnessed to promote healing and well-being. These practices are grounded in the same principles Tesla championed. The human body is a vibrational entity, and the harmony of these vibrations is essential for health. Moreover, as we reflect on the interconnections that Tesla emphasized, we can adopt a more compassionate approach in our relationships. Understanding that we are all connected through this network of energy encourages us to practice empathy and cooperation. Tesla admired the human capacity to innovate and transform the world. By applying these principles in our lives, we can not only improve our personal well-being, but also contribute to a more connected and harmonious world. So stay with me, because in the next section we will explore Tesla's legacy and its impact on the future of science and spirituality. The legacy of Nikola Tesla is vast and continues to resonate through time, influencing a new generation of scientists, inventors, and thinkers. Unfortunately, during his life, Many of his most advanced ideas about free energy, the ether, and the interconnectedness of science and spirituality were ignored or even ridiculed. However, we are beginning to see a resurgence of these concepts in the modern scientific landscape, as various research initiatives explore ideas he advocated. A contemporary example is the research into renewable energy, which aligns with Tesla's dream of a clean, limitless power source. As society becomes increasingly focused on environmental sustainability and resource management, Tesla's principles regarding energy are being reconsidered and explored. His vision of tapping into energy from the environment for the common good is materializing in sustainable technology projects such as solar and wind energy. In addition to energy, interest in human interconnectedness has also intensified. Movements promoting empathy, social responsibility, and collective well-being reflect Tesla's ideal that human evolution must include a deeper understanding of how we are all linked together. These ideas are now infiltrating psychology, education, and even politics, encouraging a more cooperative and compassionate world. Lastly, the interdisciplinary approach between science and spirituality that Tesla valued so much is beginning to manifest with greater strength. Neuroscientific studies are uncovering the effects of meditation and spirituality on our mental and physical health. As a result, more people are opening up to the idea that science and spirituality can not only coexist, but also mutually enrich one another. Tesla's legacy teaches us that the greatest truths may be rooted in concepts we have yet to fully understand. His vision of the future challenges us to explore these interconnections more deeply and to seek a balance between technology and spirituality. Now let's wrap up our exploration and reflect on how Tesla's knowledge can transform not only our individual lives, but also the world around us. As we look back on the journey we've taken today, it becomes clear that Nikola Tesla was not just an inventor, but a true visionary who challenged the norms of his time. With his innovative ideas, he invites us to rethink our understanding of the universe, a place filled with energy, interconnectedness, and infinite possibilities. We've learned that science and spirituality are not opposites. They are two sides of the same coin, and understanding these relationships is essential for us to move forward as a society. Tesla left us with valuable lessons that extend far beyond his technological inventions. He demonstrated that true evolution occurs when we unite scientific knowledge with a broader perspective on life. This unity is essential for us to address the challenges of the modern world, taking care not only of our environment, but also of our human relationships. Now, it's your turn to take action. Be inspired by Tesla's ideas and consider how you can apply this knowledge in your life. Start paying attention to the energies around you and how they influence your daily experiences. Practice empathy and seek ways to contribute to a more connected and harmonious world. If you found this video inspiring and want to continue exploring the mysteries of the universe, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's unravel more secrets that echo in the words of brilliant minds like Nikola Tesla.
Have you ever stopped to think that the brightest ideas that arise in your mind may not exclusively belong to you? Imagine for a moment that there is an invisible force, a cosmic energy that connects us all, inspiring our creations and innovations. What if I told you that geniuses throughout history like Nikola Tesla believed that their inventions were not solely the product of human reasoning, but rather the result of communication with a higher level of intelligence? In our fast-paced world, we are so focused on understanding the workings of the brain and unraveling the mysteries of creativity that we often forget to look beyond our own minds. Do we truly comprehend the origins of our ideas and inspirations? Or perhaps we are only scratching the surface of a much larger concept. In this video, we are going to dive deep into this fascinating enigma. We will explore the connection between our minds and a universal force that may be the true source of innovation. Get ready to be amazed as we uncover how great composers, artists, and inventors tapped into something beyond the ordinary, shaping their works in the process. You will come to realize that finding inspiration can mean much more than having a good idea. It may be a genuine dialogue with the cosmos. So, if you're ready to unlock the secrets of inspiration and creativity on this journey that challenges conventions, stay with us until the end. You might discover that with every idea that emerges, there exists a world of possibilities waiting to be explored. And perhaps, just perhaps, the key to this lies beyond what we can see. Let's get started. Imagine a vibrant scene in a grand ballroom in New York City, where the brightest minds and inventors from around the world have gathered to honor a genius. Nikola Tesla, now in his 80s, is met with warm applause, celebrated for his extraordinary contributions to humanity. But in the midst of all this reverence, Tesla makes a statement that leaves everyone in silence. My ideas do not come solely from my mind. They come from a place beyond myself. This statement is not just intriguing, it's almost revolutionary. What did he truly mean by this? How could one of the greatest inventors in history attribute his genius to an external force? For those of us who often view the mind as the center of our being, this assertion challenges the norm. It invites us to question, what is creativity really? Tesla cast doubt over the idea that everything we create comes purely from our intellect. He suggests that while the human brain is a marvelous machine for processing information and controlling our bodily functions, it may not be the true engine behind our greatest inspirations. This provokes a profound mystery. If the brain is not the source of creativity, then where does it come from? Consider this. We have all experienced moments when a brilliant idea suddenly emerges, as if waiting to be discovered. It may be that, like Tesla, we are influenced by a creative force that flows through the universe. It's a connection that transcends our conventional understanding and links us to a collective source of knowledge. This perspective leads us to reflect more deeply on the nature of creation. Are we truly alone in our thoughts, or are we humbly tuned into a greater stream of wisdom? Tesla was not just an inventor. He was a visionary who understood the depth of inspiration. By examining his life and work, we are confronted with the real possibility that the ideas that change the world may come from a source beyond our cognition. Stay with me as we now delve into an even more fascinating territory, the true function of our brains. How do they position themselves between body and mind, and what does this mean for creativity and human ingenuity? Don't miss the next section, where we will explore the intricate relationships between the brain and our capacity to create. Now let's delve into the central role of the brain in our daily functioning. Did you know that this incredible structure is not just a control mechanism that we spend so much time trying to understand? It appears to have a much more complex and intriguing role than merely regulating bodily functions. The brain, which seems to be the hub of our cognitive abilities, is more like a command center that manages our movements, our breathing, and even the beating of our hearts. But what about creativity? What about the ideas that emerge so spontaneously? Here's the question. When we look at the evolution of science, we notice that the greatest thinkers in history, including Tesla, recognized that the connection between the mind and true inspiration is, in many ways, a mystery. What we know, at its core, is that the mind does much more than just process information. It also seems to have a more ethereal role. At its essence, the brain is often compared to a sophisticated machine, but what if this machine is connected to something greater? Imagine your brain as an advanced computer, with the nervous system working like the connecting wires that permeate the body. This connectivity is fundamental for communication between the brain and the rest of the organism. However, in relation to creativity, there's an intrinsic question we cannot ignore. How do creativity and inspiration truly manifest? Since the dawn of humanity, philosophers and scientists have debated whether we are masters of our minds or mere vessels for a creative force that transcends us. This dilemma undoubtedly echoes in the minds of artists, scientists, and inventors. The common belief is that creativity is confined to activities such as art or science. But what happens when we extend this idea and see it not just as a skill but as a genuine connection to some external force? While discussing the function of the brain, we must also consider its limitations. It's easy to believe that everything an artist or inventor creates is purely the result of hard work and dedication. But what Tesla showed us is that this belief is limited. He suggested that true inspiration might originate from a place beyond our conscious understanding, something that may be in plain sight but that we have yet to fully perceive. And this leads us to a deeper place, the question of the origin of ideas and creations. If the brain itself is not the source, then where is the true source of our creativity? Let's explore this question further as we progress, always seeking to answer this inquiry in our daily lives. Now, keeping this curiosity alive, let's move on to the next chapter. Get ready because we will explore an even deeper mystery. Where exactly do we find the true essence of inspiration? A topic is coming that might change the way you view your own creativity. Inspiration, that creative impulse that makes us feel alive. We have all experienced that magical moment when an idea shines like a star in the darkness. But if we take a closer look at this phenomenon, we start to realize that inspiration can be much more than just a flash of genius. Tesla believed that our ability to create did not come purely from within us, but from an external cosmic source, and this may be what gives our creativity all its richness and depth. When we think of great composers or writers, like Mozart or Shakespeare, we immediately recognize that they were inspired in extraordinary ways. The music they composed and the words they wrote seem almost supernatural in their beauty. But where do these ideas come from? Is there a common source, an invisible network of inspiration that connects all human beings? Stories of artists and inventors often talk about eureka moments, where an idea suddenly emerges as if someone had breathed life into it. An interesting analogy is that of a radio. By tuning into the right frequency, we are able to pick up transmissions of ideas floating in the air. This imagery brings forth the concept that inspiration comes from outside, and in a way, we are merely receivers of this information. For years, scientists and philosophers have debated the concept of the collective unconscious, as presented by Carl Jung. This concept suggests that there is a reservoir of shared experiences, images, and ideas that transcend the individual. And if it is true that we are influenced by what is around us, what about the influence of the universe itself? We cannot ignore the powerful energy of planets and stars, which we believe can affect our emotional states and perhaps our creativity. It's fascinating to imagine that our thoughts and creative ideas may actually be an echo of something that already exists out there. If we truly see ourselves as instruments of a cosmic symphony, this celestial dance of inspiration connects us to a greater whole. Music and art, then, become expressions of this invisible dialogue between humanity and the cosmos. This concept brings us to a crucial point, the idea that true inspiration is as much around us as it is within us. We can find powerful ideas in nature, in human interactions, and often in moments of silence and reflection. However, it is essential for us to be open to receiving this information. Now that we are beginning to understand where inspiration can truly reside, join me as we move on to the next chapter. Get ready because we are going to explore the magic and science behind music, an art form that often transports us to a state of deep inspiration. You will be surprised to see the connection between music and mathematics, and how this phenomenon can shape our thoughts and emotions. Have you ever wondered why music has such a profound effect on us? It's more than just a collection of sounds, it's a universal language. But did you know that music is not merely a collection of well-organized notes? In fact, it has a mathematical structure that can help us better understand our own creativity and the way we connect with the world around us. Since ancient times, composers and mathematicians have noted that the relationships between musical notes follow mathematical patterns. For instance, the musical scale is composed of intervals that can be expressed in fractions and proportions. Imagine that, just as in physics, where the laws of the universe have defining numbers, in music, this definition also exists. These mathematical patterns not only create pleasant melodies but also evoke deep emotions in those who listen. Musicians such as Johann Sebastian Bach and Ludwig van Beethoven intuitively understood these connections. They didn't just create music, they created experiences using mathematics as a tool to touch the human soul. Through well-calculated harmonies and rhythms, they managed to stir people's emotions in ways that transcended generations. Music can indeed change the mood of an entire nation, as seen in Germany with Wagner's works, which inspired patriotic fervor. But it's not just the great classics that fascinate us. Contemporary music is also rooted in subtle mathematical principles. In Hollywood, for example, soundtracks are meticulously composed to evoke specific emotions. A dramatic crescendo signals anxiety, while a soft chord can provide comfort. This emotional programming in music is powerful evidence of how literature and art could serve as extensions of our perception of the world. When we listen to a piece of music, what occurs in our minds is a complex process. Our perception is constantly influenced by rhythms, melodies, and scales that capture our attention and shape our reactions. Often we don't consciously perceive the underlying mathematics, but it's there, providing a solid foundation for the emotions we feel. Now think about this. If music is capable of touching our souls and provoking significant changes in our behavior, what is the source of inspiration behind it? How does this mathematics, this structure, connect to the greater source we discussed earlier? This leads us to a fascinating reflection on the profound relationship between art and science. And now, keeping this line of thought in mind, you're going to want to see what comes next. We will discover how the analogy between the brain and a computer can help us better understand our relationship with inspiration and creativity. Get ready, because our journey is about to delve into captivating questions that connect creativity to a much broader cosmic network. Now, let's explore an analogy that might change the way you view creativity: the human brain compared to a computer. Just like a PC, our brain processes data, stores information, and executes commands. However, this comparison goes far beyond mere mechanical functions. Here, the true magic happens when we begin to understand the depths of this relationship. Imagine your brain as a super machine that connects past information to new experiences, creating a complex network of synapses and neural connections. Similar to a computer connecting to the internet, our brain also seems to be tuned in to a broader network of information and inspiration circulating around us. It's as if, in some way, we are all parts of a grand network, constantly absorbing and sharing knowledge and creativity. This invisible network is often referred to as a collective intelligence. The idea is that we, as human beings, are connected through experiences, thoughts, and even emotions. When we think about how creativity operates within this system, we encounter fascinating questions about how ideas can be transmitted from one mind to another. If Tesla was right in saying that his inspiration came from external sources, could we also conclude that we are all interconnected in ways we have barely begun to understand? The computer analogy extends to the concept of Wi-Fi. Just as a router connects multiple machines within a network, our consciousness may be connected to a universal source of inspiration. And what is in this router? It could be the creativity of humanity, the collective experience, or even a cosmic force guiding us. The beauty of this comparison allows us to view our brains not merely as isolated organs, but as part of a vast ecosystem of creation. As we explore this interconnection, we begin to question: to what extent are we influenced by thoughts, ideas, and inspirations that are not exclusively our own? And more importantly, how can we tune into this source to harness the untapped potential of our own creativity? To delve even deeper into this mystery, it's crucial to discuss how we are all impacted by forces beyond our control. So, stay with me as we prepare to explore a brilliant concept. What can we learn from the behaviors of other living beings? Let's discover how the communication among flocks of birds or schools of fish can teach us about our own interdependence and the role of inspiration in our lives. It's a fascinating journey through nature that may finally provide us with answers about our own creations. Have you ever noticed how animals in large flocks or schools seem to operate in perfect synchrony? Just observe a massive flock of birds that all change direction at once. Similarly, a school of fish can instantly evade a predator, all in perfect harmony. What lies behind this almost magical communication among them? How do they know exactly when and how to act? These fascinating performances of nature reveal something much greater: the existence of a connection that goes beyond the individual. Imagine this: just as birds and fish are guided by instincts that keep them united, we human beings may also be connected by something that influences us collectively. This reinforces the idea that we are not alone in our quest for inspiration and creativity. Studies on animal communication indicate that many species are capable of detecting subtle changes in their environment and connecting with one another through nonverbal signals. These communication mechanisms are a testament to the natural intelligence that permeates the animal kingdom. It's as if there is a collective intelligence guiding their decisions, causing them to act in unison for the common good. This idea of interconnectedness resonates strongly when we consider human creativity and inspiration. What if we also consider that this communication system exists among us? What is the impact of the environments we inhabit, the people we meet, and the experiences we go through on our own capacity to create? The concept that humans share a collective intelligence prompts us to reflect on our role in a larger whole and how we can access this source of inspiration that surrounds us. Tesla, in his reflections, was aware that the energy of the universe flows through all things, connecting everything in a cosmic dance of creation. What if the same energy that guides birds and fish also influenced our ideas and creations? This perspective leads us to an epiphany about how ideas are not merely products of individual thought but can also be influenced by the echoes of a collective consciousness. By looking at the behavior of living beings and considering their influence, we have the opportunity to better understand our own creativity. We belong to a broader web of interaction and inspiration. This connection reminds us that we are part of something grand, and just like the birds in the sky or the fish in the depths of the ocean, we can find strength and innovation in community. And now, with this new perspective in mind, let's turn our attention to a giant among humans, Nikola Tesla. We will delve deeper into his experiences and how he perceived his inspiring actions while creating inventions that changed the world. Stay with me, as you will be amazed to discover how Tesla connected with this flow of ideas that transcends our understanding. When we talk about inventions that changed the course of history, nothing compares to the impact that Nikola Tesla had on our world. This visionary was not just an inventor, he was a true archetype of what it means to be creative on a cosmic level. His life and work are intertwined with a deep understanding of the inspiration that flows through all of us. More than that, Tesla left us a legacy that stirs our curiosity about the nature of creativity. In his famous statement that his ideas came from someone or something visiting him at night, Tesla reveals a fundamental aspect of his life, the idea that he was a channel. He would often report that before sleeping, he placed a notebook beside his bed, ready for the inspirations that would visit him. Upon waking, he would discover entire inventions and solutions to complex challenges already recorded there. This raises a fascinating question. Are we also open to receiving these ideas from the world around us? Tesla believed deeply in the connection between every being in the universe. Throughout his life, he developed inventions that seemed ahead of their time, such as wireless electricity and the technology needed for long-distance energy transmission, concepts that are becoming a reality thanks to modern advancements. But how did he access these seemingly impossible ideas? It was through a synergy with a greater source, of which we all are a part. When we think of inspiration, we often associate it with a moment of individual success. However, the main message that Tesla left us goes beyond that. True inspiration may come from an external influence. This notion makes us reflect on how other geniuses in history also found the answers they sought in unexpected places. It's almost as if we are tuned into divine ways of communication that surpass our understanding. Thus, Tesla's message resonates today more than ever. In a world filled with noise and distractions, how can we find space for this creative influence that is always available to us? What is the key to unlocking the doors of our imagination and allowing inspiration to flow freely? As we conclude our journey through Tesla's legacy, we are invited to explore the role we can play as creators and innovators. After all, if he believed that ideas come from a place beyond ourselves, and if that place is waiting to be discovered by all of us, what are we waiting for to make that connection? This is the great mystery of human creativity. Whenever we wish, we can access this cosmic network of inspiration. With this in mind, I invite you to reflect on your own creative journey. What invisible forces will help guide your ideas toward innovations that could change the world? The key may be closer than you think. And so, we close the chapter on this incredible journey about inspiration, creativity, and the connection we all share. Thank you for joining me throughout these fascinating chapters. Remember, the true magic lies in keeping an open mind and a curious spirit. Inspiration is always floating around. All you need to do is connect. I hope you enjoyed this amazing journey into the origins of inspiration, creativity, and the fascinating legacy of Nikola Tesla. If this exploration of the human mind and the power of ideas has sparked your curiosity, don't forget to give this video a like. Your support is essential for us to continue exploring these intriguing topics together. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, don't waste any time. Click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any new content coming your way. With each video, we dive into new mysteries and discoveries that will surely inspire and motivate you on your own creative journey. Have you ever heard of the Devil's Interval? Yes, you read that correctly. This is the name given to a musical combination that involves the note at 741 Hz. Imagine this. When 741 is combined with 528, the result is a dissonance so unpleasant that it can be nearly unbearable. It's no wonder that many believe that this sound can create a genuine sense of discomfort. Some even claim that if you listen to it for too long, you might end up feeling unwell. But what does this have to do with our current world? Well, we are living in an era where powerful forces control what we hear and feel, manipulating the sound frequencies surrounding us at every moment of the day. Consider how this could impact our mental and emotional health. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in electricity, had a unique perspective on the power of vibrations. He believed that everything in life is energy and that frequencies play a fundamental role in our moods and even in our relationships. Now, think about a simple detail like musical tuning, something that seems trivial, yet it could be influencing how we feel and our connection to the world around us. Curious? Then get ready to dive deep into this intriguing journey through sound vibrations and discover how they shape our reality. Have you ever stopped to think about how the frequencies around us can impact our day-to-day lives? In a world filled with noise, from the sound of traffic to the background music playing, we are constantly exposed to different vibrations. And believe it or not, this could be affecting our emotions in ways we can't even imagine. Let's talk about something intriguing: the frequency of 432 Hz. This frequency, considered sacred by many ancient traditions, is viewed by mix. Think of it as a kind of beat that aligns with our essence. On the other hand, the tuning to 440 Hz, which became the global standard in the 20th century, is considered by some to be sharper and less harmonious. The most curious part is that many people who listen to music tuned to 432 Hz report feeling more relaxed, attuned, and even more connected to themselves and the world around them. Now, could this simple adjustment in frequency be an explanation for the growing anxiety in our society? Absolutely, because the way we perceive the world may be directly linked to these vibrations we receive. We humans have the capacity to feel and react to these frequencies with our bodies and minds. And when we are exposed to sounds that don't resonate well with our being, it can create a disconnection, resulting in stress and anxiety. Think about how you feel after listening to soft music compared to a loud, jarring beat. The former calms us, while the latter can make us agitated, right? It becomes clear that our emotions are not only tied to what we see or think but also to what we hear. Sounds can create environments that energize or exhaust our spirits. And what about those who, despite all the technological advancements today, feel increasingly disconnected? It's something to ponder, isn't it? What could be behind this emotional detachment? As we distance ourselves from the harmonious frequencies that our ancestors valued, perhaps, without realizing it, we have also drifted away from a state of balance. Fascinating, isn't it? Now get ready, because in the next chapter we will explore sacred geometry and how the numbers 3, 6, and 9 are deeply connected to all of this. You'll be amazed by the discoveries that go beyond what we imagine. Stay with me. Now that we have understood the impact of frequencies on our well-being, let's explore an equally fascinating area: sacred geometry. Did you know that numbers are not just abstract figures, but rather keys that can unlock universal secrets? In many cultures, certain numbers are seen as essential, and 3, 6, and 9 stand out as true pillars of this mystical mathematics. These numbers have a striking presence in various traditions around the world, representing the harmony that governs not only music but also life itself. For Pythagoras, a Greek thinker who lived between 570 and 495 BC, everything in the cosmos could be reduced to numbers and their relationships. He believed that music, matter, and even our emotions were resonances of these mathematical frequencies. Thus, the quest to understand these relationships becomes a journey to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Let's take a look at the number 3, for example. In many spiritual traditions, it symbolizes creativity and communication. It's interesting to notice how we find the number 3 everywhere. The Holy Trinity in Christianity, the 3 stages of the day, morning, afternoon, and night, and even the classic concept of beginning, middle, and end. This repetition provides us with a sense of pattern and structure, establishing a deep bond between us and the cosmos. And what about the number 6? It is associated with harmony and love. For instance, in some cultures, the hexagon is considered the most stable and harmonious shape in nature, as seen in honeycomb cells or snowflakes. This makes us wonder, could the harmony present in mathematics also be linked to our health and happiness? Lastly, we have the number 9, a number that symbolizes completion and rebirth. It represents the idea that every journey has its end, but also a new beginning. In nature, everything is cyclical, and the number 9 reflects these cycles. With every ending comes an opportunity for renewal. Imagine how this concept applies to our lives, where we always have the chance to start over, even after difficult moments. These numbers are not just abstract curiosities, they form a web that connects reality to our perception. And as we understand these relationships, we begin to see the universe not merely as a physical space, but as a vibrational symphony where everything is interconnected, from the sounds we hear to the emotions we feel. Now that you are immersed in this magical mathematics, stay with me, because in the next chapter we will discover how Pythagoras and other ancient thinkers' views on music intertwine with the idea of true universal harmony. Get ready to be amazed by the depth and beauty of this connection. Now that we have explored sacred geometry and the importance of numbers, let's dive deeper into Pythagoras' perspective and the lasting legacy he left regarding music. Pythagoras was not only a mathematician, he was a true visionary who believed that music was the language of the universe. For him, everything in nature vibrated in harmony, and by understanding that harmony, we could connect with the essence of the cosmos. Did you know that according to Pythagoras, musical notes can be described through numerical relationships? He discovered that when you play notes in specific proportions, it generates pleasant and harmonious sounds. For instance, an octave is double the frequency of a note, resulting in a sound that flows naturally. This means that music is not just a sequence of sounds but a mathematical representation that reflects the order of the universe. But the beauty of music goes beyond notes and numbers. Pythagoras believed that music had the power to heal and transform. He famously said that music is the medicine of the soul, and many believe that soothing melodies can help balance our emotions. This places music in a crucial role in our lives, serving as a means to alleviate anxiety and find inner peace. This concept was further explored by Plato, who was also inspired by Pythagorean ideas. In his famous work, The Republic, Plato talks about the music of the spheres, suggesting that planets and stars emit their own notes, creating a cosmic harmony that is inaudible to us but influences our lives. Imagine this: as we gaze at the sky and dream of discovering other worlds, the stars are singing a song that resonates with our very existence. What an incredible thought, right? Fascinatingly, many contemporary scholars are returning to these ideas, seeking to understand how frequencies and vibrations can affect not only music but also our state of mind and health. It's as if we're recalling a knowledge that had long been lost to the dust of history. As we look at Pythagoras' legacy and his contributions to music, it becomes clear that he left behind much more than just mathematical formulas. He bequeathed us a way to view the world as a vibrational experience, a call to tune our lives to the universal harmony. Now that you are immersed in Pythagoras' vision of music and its cosmic implications, don't go away. In the next chapter, we will explore how Nikola Tesla, the genius of electricity, expanded on these ideas and brought a contemporary perspective on the power of vibrations. Get ready to be amazed by the connections that emerge between science and spirituality. Now that we have discussed the powerful connection between music and mathematics, it's time to dive into one of the brightest minds in history, Nikola Tesla. Known as the father of modern electricity, Tesla not only revolutionized the way we use energy but also had a remarkable vision of how vibrations and frequencies shape the reality we inhabit. Tesla believed that the entire universe is a dance of energies. For him, curiosity about frequencies was essential to understanding not only physics but also life itself. He had a particular fascination with the numbers 3, 6, and 9, claiming they were the key to deciphering the language of the universe. Imagine that for a moment. Understanding the essence of the cosmos simply through simple vibrations and numbers. Fascinating, right? One of his most notable quotes says, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." This leads us to reflect. Could the sounds and frequencies that permeate our lives truly affect our health and well-being? For Tesla, the answer was a resounding yes. He argued that small changes in frequencies could lead to significant impacts on our reality. This idea makes us think about the music we listen to daily, the frequencies that surround us, and how much they can influence our mood and behavior. It's worth noting that today, much research is confirming what Tesla intuitively perceived over a century ago. Studies have shown that certain sounds can improve our mood, calm the mind, and even have therapeutic effects. Have you ever felt better after listening to your favorite song? That's no coincidence. Frequencies can indeed resonate with our emotions, help regulate neurotransmitters, and bring the balance we desperately need. Surprisingly, Tesla also explored electricity and magnetism in a healing context. Although his work was ahead of its time and many of his theories are still being investigated, Tesla's legacy continues to inspire new approaches in science and holistic health. He invites us to view life not merely as a series of random events but as a symphony of vibrations that connect us on profound levels. Now that you are beginning to see how this great inventor relates to frequencies and harmony, don't go away just yet. In the next chapter, we will investigate an intriguing controversy: the historical switch in musical tuning from 432 Hz to 440 Hz and how this might be connected to a growing sense of disconnection in modern society. Get ready because this story might change your perception of music and its impact on our lives. Have you ever noticed how music is a fundamental part of our lives? It is present in moments of joy, sadness, and even in significant rituals. However, there is a controversy that could change the way we view music: the shift in musical tuning from 432 Hz to 440 Hz. In the early 20th century, the standard tuning of 440 Hz was adopted internationally. But what many may not know is that this frequency does not resonate in the same way as 432 Hz, which many consider to be the natural frequency. Proponents of 432 Hz argue that this tuning is more harmonious and relaxing, promoting a superior state of well-being. For many, listening to music tuned to 432 Hz brings a sense of peace and alignment, almost as if the notes touch a deep part of their souls. On the other hand, the switch to 440 Hz has sparked heated debates. Some critics claim that this tuning has a sharper quality and may contribute to anxiety and emotional disconnection. After all, how do the frequencies we hear affect our mental and emotional state? This is a question that many seekers and therapists have been asking. Additionally, there are darker theories that suggest the shift to 440 Hz was part of a cultural manipulation. Could there be hidden interest behind the imposition of this tuning? While this idea is regarded by many as a conspiracy theory, it prompts us to question how the music and frequencies we choose truly shape our lives. Now that you are aware of this controversy, stay with me because in the next chapter we will explore the fascinating relationship between the vibration of water and how it can be affected by different frequencies. You will be amazed by what can be revealed. Now that we have explored the controversy surrounding musical tuning, let's dive into an equally intriguing topic: the relationship between water and vibration. Did you know that water, this vital element for life, can be extremely sensitive to the frequencies around it? Water is fascinating for many reasons. Besides being essential for our survival, it comprises a significant part of our bodies and our planet. According to research, water can remember the vibrations surrounding it, storing information about the frequencies it absorbs. This idea has sparked a series of studies and theories, especially those of Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto. Emoto conducted experiments where he exposed water to different sounds and words, observing how this affected the formation of ice crystals. The results were astonishing. While water exposed to classical music and positive words formed beautiful and symmetrical patterns, water exposed to aggressive sounds produced deformed and unattractive crystals. If these findings are true, it implies that the vibrations around us can not only affect water but also our own bodies, since we are composed of about 70% water. Imagine the impact that the music we listen to, the conversations we have, and even the thoughts we cultivate can have on us. This suggests that our emotional and physical health may be intrinsically linked to the vibrations we choose to allow into our lives. Additionally, many spiritual communities and practitioners of alternative therapies carry out rituals of water consecration, infusing it with intention and positive vibrations before consuming it. This illustrates how profound the relationship between water and vibration is, influencing not only our physical health but also our connection with the spiritual world. Now that you understand the fascinating influence that water can have on our lives, stay with me. In the next chapter, we will explore the importance of rhythms and sounds and how they shape our experience in the world. We will discover how they impact our emotions, cultures, and traditions. You will be surprised by the deep connections that emerge. We are back to a fundamental theme: the importance of rhythms and sounds in our lives. Since the dawn of civilization, music has been an integral part of the human experience. It is not just a form of expression, but also a powerful tool that shapes our emotions, cultures, and traditions. Have you ever noticed how the rhythms of nature, such as the sound of rain or the singing of birds, have a calming effect on us? These natural sounds have been present in our lives since ancient times and often connect us to feelings of peace and security. Science even suggests that these sounds can activate areas of the brain associated with well-being and happiness. Moreover, each culture around the world has developed its own unique rhythms and sounds. For example, the lively beats of samba schools in Brazil, the war drums of African tribes, and the gentle melodies of Western classical music. All of these rhythms not only entertain but also communicate stories, traditions, and the essence of the communities that created them. Music serves as a universal language that transcends barriers and connects people on deep emotional levels. In rituals and celebrations such as weddings, funerals, or festivals, we see the importance of rhythms and sounds manifesting powerfully. They help mark the passage of time, celebrate achievements, and express sorrow or hope. Through music, we convey what often cannot be put into words. It is a form of communication that speaks directly to the heart. Now that you have a clearer understanding of the importance of rhythms and sounds, don't go away. In the next chapter, we will explore how music intertwines with spirituality in various cultures and how these sacred sounds have the potential to connect us to something greater. Get ready to discover this profound connection. We have reached an exciting point in our journey, the new era of frequency. In recent years, we have witnessed a collective awakening regarding the power of frequencies and how they can impact us on deep levels. As the world becomes more aware of these subtle effects, the search for ways to heal and enhance well-being through music and vibration is rapidly growing. This new era is not limited to understanding how frequencies affect our emotional state. It also explores the various ways we can use them to promote health and harmony. Sound therapy, for example, has gained prominence, utilizing instruments such as Tibetan bowls and gongs to create soundscapes that favor relaxation, meditation, and healing. People are turning to these ancient practices in search of a balance that is often lacking in modern life. Moreover, modern technology is also adjusting to this new awareness. Apps, playlists, and healing music programs are emerging everywhere, bringing beneficial frequencies within everyone's reach. Now you can simply plug in your headphones and access a variety of sounds that promote energy, calm, or even emotional healing. This is democratizing access to tools that can improve our quality of life. Interestingly, this new era is also bringing greater focus on music as a form of resistance and social transformation. Artists are using their platforms to convey messages that resonate with the struggle for justice and equality, uniting voices around social causes. It is the people's music, echoing with the frequency of change, showing that harmony can be a powerful catalyst for activism. As we move into this new era, it becomes clear that understanding frequencies and how they intertwine with our lives is more relevant than ever. Music and vibrations are not just background noise, they have the potential to shape our world and our experiences. Now, I would like to know, has this message impacted you in any way? How do you perceive the influence of frequencies in your own life? And to conclude our journey in the next chapter, we will summarize everything we have explored so far. We will discuss how to integrate these frequencies and rhythms into our daily lives, promoting harmony and balance in our everyday experiences. I'm sure you will love discovering how to do this. We have reached the end of our journey, where ancient wisdom meets modern science. It is fascinating to realize how ancestral knowledge about frequencies and rhythms resonates with the contemporary discoveries of brilliant minds like Nikola Tesla. Tesla emphasized the importance of energy, frequency, and vibration, and his ideas continue to shape our understanding of the world. Integrating this perspective with what we have learned about music and its healing properties can provide us with a new understanding of how we can enhance our well-being. The union of science and ancestral knowledge is vital. While current research offers practical tools to explore frequencies, teachings from ancient cultures remind us of the power of intentions and the connection that music provides. Together, these worlds help us find balance not only in our personal lives but also within our communities. Now it's your moment. I invite you to explore and experiment with frequencies and sounds in your own life. Listen to music with intention, feel the vibrations it generates, and observe how they can impact your emotions, relationships, and health. By doing so, you not only take care of yourself but also contribute to a more harmonious world. As we wrap up this chapter, I think about how frequencies and sounds affect you personally. Have you taken a moment to reflect on the transformative power of music or how vibrations can shape your state of mind? I encourage you to share your experiences in the comments. How do vibrations and sounds influence your daily routine? Your reflections could inspire others to seek harmony in their lives as well. Let's create a collective space where we can learn and grow together. Thank you for joining us on this journey through music, frequency, and the profound connection they have to our lives, including the incredible contributions of Nikola Tesla. May the vibrations always accompany you. Before we say goodbye, I'd like to make a special invitation to you. If you enjoyed this content and believe it can benefit others, don't forget to give us a like. This helps spread the message and reach more people searching for balance and harmony in their lives. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, take a moment to subscribe now. This way you'll stay updated on all the exciting news and inspiring content we are creating for you. Also, share this video with your friends and family who might need this message. Together, let's spread awareness about frequencies, music, and the positive impact they can have on our lives. Your help is crucial in making this message reach further. Have you ever had the feeling that the reality we've been taught might be incomplete? Like there's a hidden knowledge, something so profound that, if revealed, it would change everything? Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest geniuses in history, left behind clues to a mind-blowing secret. He once said that to understand the mysteries of the universe, one must think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. But was this just a philosophical statement, or a coded message, a key to something much bigger? Ancient civilizations across the world spoke of the invisible power of sound. Religious texts described the creation of the world through the spoken word. But what if this isn't just metaphorical? What if the very fabric of reality is shaped by frequencies? Now think about this, what if there was a way to control this energy? To manipulate matter, influence the weather, and generate unlimited electricity? This could be the greatest scientific revolution in human history, or the biggest secret ever hidden from us. Get ready because what you're about to see might completely change your perception of life, science, and even history. Stay with me because we're about to dive into the true nature of the universe, and uncover what Nikola Tesla knew that no one wants you to understand. Let's start at the beginning, sound as the true source of creation. And trust me, what you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew. Now, imagine for a moment that everything around you, from the device you're watching this on to the stars in the sky, is not just solid matter but pure vibration. Sounds crazy? Well, science is beginning to prove that the universe is far more sonic than we ever imagined. Nikola Tesla believed that sound, frequency, and vibration were the fundamental forces behind existence. And he wasn't alone in this idea. Ancient civilizations have been talking about this for thousands of years. In Christianity, the world was created by the Word, in other words, through sound. In Hinduism, the sacred Om is believed to be the primordial sound that gave birth to the universe. The Egyptians believed that creation happened through divine chants. The Aboriginal people of Australia taught that the earth was brought into existence through 3 sacred songs. But what if this isn't just symbolic? What if these cultures were actually onto something real, something that modern science is only beginning to understand? The answer might lie in cymatics, the study of how sound shapes matter. When a metal plate covered with fine powder is exposed to sound frequencies, complex geometric patterns emerge. Each frequency creates a different shape, as if sound itself were sculpting reality. Now think about this, if a simple sound can create such detailed forms in just a few seconds, what could cosmic vibrations do over billions of years? Could this mean that sound not only shapes matter but may have actually been the true tool behind the creation of the universe? And what if I told you that the Earth itself sings? Yes, our planet constantly emits frequencies, something ancient cultures seem to understand far better than we do today. In the next chapter, you'll discover how this music of the earth might be connected to forces we still can't fully explain. Have you ever heard of the music of the earth? Our planet is far from silent. It is constantly emitting frequencies, vibrations so subtle that the human ear cannot detect most of them. But the effects of these frequencies might be far more profound than we realize. Ancient civilizations seem to understand this secret. For the Aboriginal people of Australia, the world was created through sacred songs sung by divine beings. In various cultures, mountains, valleys, and rivers were considered the work of the gods. But what if, instead of myths, these landscapes were actually shaped by natural vibrational forces? Today, science is beginning to recognize that this may be more than just legend. Studies show that sound waves can alter physical materials over time. You've probably seen cymatics experiments, where sound frequencies create intricate geometric patterns in sand or water. But what if these vibrations operated on a planetary scale? If a single sound frequency can reorganize grains of sand in seconds, what happens when these vibrations interact with the Earth's crust over millions of years? Could some geological patterns that we consider natural actually be the result of the planet's own resonance waves? But there's more. Some of these frequencies seem to directly influence living beings. Many animals can detect earthquakes and climate changes before they happen. Could it be possible that humans were once sensitive to these energies but have lost touch with them? Now think about this. If everything vibrates and if sound can shape matter, could this also be the key to advanced technologies that we don't yet understand? What did Tesla know about this? In the next chapter, we'll explore how sound could be used as a technological tool, something that may have been discovered thousands of years ago and then mysteriously forgotten, or even suppressed. Now, consider this. If sound can shape matter and influence massive structures, could it also be used as a powerful tool? Nikola Tesla believed that sound, frequency, and vibration were not just philosophical ideas but forces that could be harnessed to create revolutionary technologies. And the most intriguing part? There is evidence that some of these discoveries were made in the past, only to be mysteriously forgotten or deliberately suppressed. A striking example comes from Royal Raymond Rife, a scientist from the 1930s who developed a device that used sound frequencies to destroy diseased cells. He claimed to have discovered the exact frequencies capable of eliminating bacteria and viruses without harming healthy cells. In other words, specific sounds could heal illnesses, without the need for medication or surgery. But what happened to this technology? it was silenced. His laboratory was destroyed, and his research was discredited by the scientific community. Now ask yourself, why would such a breakthrough simply vanish? And if I told you that sound could even levitate objects? It might sound like science fiction, but modern experiments show that sound waves can suspend small particles in midair. But here's the truly mind-blowing part. Could this same technology have been used by ancient civilizations to move massive stones? Think about the great monuments of the past, the Egyptian pyramids, Machu Picchu, the baffling structures of Pumapunku. Some of these stones weigh hundreds of tons and were transported across incredible distances. Conventional explanations simply don't add up. Tibetan monks have reported using specific sounds and chants to lift heavy objects. There are even records from ancient tribes and civilizations suggesting that sound could defy gravity itself. If this is true, it means Tesla wasn't just right, he was rediscovering something humanity once knew but somehow lost. And now comes the question that few dare to ask. Could this technology be used for something even more astonishing? Because there are records suggesting that sound might not only shape structures, but also control the very forces of nature. In the next chapter, you'll discover how sound waves may have been used to create hurricanes, and why this discovery might be deliberately hidden from us. Now, if sound can shape massive structures and even levitate objects, could it also control something even greater, like the Earth's weather? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but in 2003, two scientists filed a patent for creating hurricanes using sound waves. Yes, you heard that correctly. The idea was to generate air vortices by manipulating specific frequencies, causing particles in the atmosphere to move in patterns that would trigger massive storms. And the most alarming part? The patent was granted. This means that, at least on paper, this technology exists and is theoretically possible. Now, here's the question no one seems to be asking. Could it already be in use? Let's connect the dots. Tesla had already theorized that energy could be transmitted wirelessly through the air and that magnetic fields and frequency waves could influence the surrounding environment. If we combine that with the fact that sound can move matter and create invisible force fields, is it really that far-fetched to think it could also affect weather patterns? Now, take a look at recent natural phenomena. Storms that are becoming more intense and unpredictable. Extreme heat waves and cold snaps appearing suddenly and in specific locations. Hurricanes that seem to form out of nowhere and take unexpected paths. And here's something even stranger. Some researchers claim that low-frequency signals have been detected in the atmosphere just before unusual weather events. Could these waves be evidence of climate manipulation? If this technology is real, who controls it? And more importantly, why is no one talking about it? If sound can manipulate the weather, could it also influence human perception and reality itself? Because now we're diving even deeper into the connection between sound, magnetism, and the unseen energy fields around us. Stay with me because what comes next might just be the key to understanding one of the greatest mysteries of the universe. If sound can create geometric shapes, levitate objects, and even manipulate the weather, then a bigger question arises. Could it also generate unlimited energy? Nikola Tesla believed the answer was yes. To him, the entire universe functioned as a vast energy field, where vibration, sound, and magnetism were deeply connected. And here's the most fascinating part. Tesla claimed that this energy could be harnessed directly from the environment and used infinitely. Now think about this. Sound creates magnetic fields and magnetic fields generate electricity. That means sound could be the key to a revolutionary energy system, one that wouldn't require fossil fuels or traditional power grids. Modern science has already confirmed that everything in the universe has magnetic properties, including materials we don't typically associate with magnetism, like water, glass, and even the oxygen we breathe. Yes, the air around us is, in a way, magnetized, which means it can be influenced by external magnetic fields. And now we return to a crucial point. Tesla wanted to make this energy accessible to everyone. His famous Wardenclyffe Tower was designed to tap into the Earth's natural electricity and transmit it wirelessly to any location on the planet. But before he could complete the project, his funding was cut. Why is that? Think about it. If someone had the ability to generate unlimited energy from the environment, what would that mean for the oil, gas, and electricity industries? Could this explain why so many of Tesla's discoveries were simply buried? And here's an even more shocking detail. What if the atomic model we learned in school is also wrong? Tesla questioned the very existence of the electron as modern science describes it. And that raises an even bigger question. Is our understanding of matter itself incomplete? In the next chapter we'll explore this mystery, and I guarantee you'll never look at physics the same way again. Now, what if I told you that everything you've learned about atoms could be wrong? Since childhood, we've been taught that matter is made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. But Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest scientific minds in history, did not believe in the electron as conventional physics describes it. And he wasn't alone. Other renowned scientists, including Albert Einstein, also questioned this idea. Tesla argued that the electron was not a physical particle as we imagine, but rather a disturbance in the structure of the ether, the invisible medium that, according to him, fills the entire universe. But why would this be so important? Think about it. If the idea of the electron is actually a misinterpretation of reality, then our entire understanding of electricity, magnetism, and even matter itself might be incomplete. Now, let's connect this to what we discussed in the previous chapter. Sound creates magnetic fields. Magnetic fields generate electricity. Tesla discovered that electricity could be transmitted wirelessly, directly from the environment. But if all of this is true, why do we still rely on batteries, wires, and power grids? Could it be that we've been taught an incorrect model of electricity precisely to prevent us from unlocking its full potential? And here's the most unsettling detail. Mainstream science has never been able to fully explain the nature of the electron. Even Einstein admitted that electromagnetic theory could not accurately describe how electrons actually work. In other words, there is a huge gap in our understanding of physics, one that no one seems willing to address. Now think about this. If the foundation of modern electronics is based on a flawed model, what else might be hidden from us? And speaking of mysteries, have you ever heard of the ancient stone circles found all over the world? They may be much more than simple monuments. In the next chapter, we'll explore the astonishing connection between these ancient structures and the Earth's natural frequencies. Get ready, because this could change everything we thought we knew about human history. Now, what if I told you that some of the world's oldest structures weren't just temples or monuments, but actual energy machines? Scattered across the planet, thousands of mysterious stone circles can be found in places like South Africa, England, and even Brazil. And here's the strangest part. Many of these sites emit measurable sound and electromagnetic frequencies. This raises a fascinating question. What if these stone circles were designed to capture and amplify the Earth's natural frequencies? Modern science has already proven that vibrational frequencies can influence both matter and energy. We know that the Earth constantly emits waves, and these structures may have been built to channel this energy in a specific way. Now, take a closer look at some of these sites. Some stone circles have no entrances, as if they were never meant to be inhabited. Measurements reveal that many of them intensify electromagnetic waves within their boundaries. Some are shaped exactly like magnetrons, modern devices that generate high-frequency energy. If this is true, then we are talking about lost technology, something that ancient civilizations discovered and mastered long before we did. Now, let's connect this to what we've discussed so far. Sound shapes matter. Sound can generate electricity. Sound can manipulate magnetism and influence the environment. Now, imagine that someone figured out how to use this knowledge to create a global energy network based on resonance and frequency. Could these circles have been part of an ancient worldwide energy system that was erased from history? And if that's not mysterious enough, wait until we examine the pyramids and Egyptian temples. Could ancient Egypt have been a center of vibrational technology? In the next chapter, we'll explore this possibility, and I promise the truth is even more incredible than you can imagine. Now get ready, because we're about to dive into one of history's greatest mysteries. What if the pyramids and Egyptian temples weren't just monuments, but massive energy machines? Traditional history tells us that pyramids were built as tombs for pharaohs. But here's the problem. No body has ever been found inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. In fact, its internal structure doesn't match any known tomb designs. There are no religious inscriptions, no funerary decorations, and no symbols of mourning. Instead, its construction suggests something far more advanced. And here's the most mind-blowing part. Scientists have detected that pyramids still emit energy today. A recent study by ITMO University in Russia revealed that the Great Pyramid can concentrate electromagnetic waves within its internal chambers. This suggests that it could have functioned as some sort of energy antenna. But for what purpose? Now, let's connect this with what we've explored so far. Ancient civilizations seem to understand the power of sound and frequency. Pyramids were built using quartz crystal, a material with piezoelectric properties, meaning it can convert pressure into electricity. The Great Pyramid is aligned with an almost unbelievable precision to the Earth's magnetic poles. Now, put all of this together: frequency, magnetism, and resonance. This leads to an unavoidable question. Were pyramids actually designed to capture and amplify energy? And if they were part of a global energy network, could they have been connected to other ancient structures around the world? Because look at this. The Temple of Karnak in Egypt has structures that vibrate when touched, almost like giant resonators. The temples of Angkor Wat in Cambodia follow such precise geometry that they seem to have been built to channel sound and magnetic waves. And when viewed from above, many Egyptian temples resemble gigantic circuit boards. So what does this mean? That maybe we've been interpreting these ancient monuments all wrong. Now think, if these structures were designed to manipulate energy, who built them? How did these civilizations know about this? And more importantly, why was this knowledge lost? Well, the answer may lie in the greatest revelation of all. Was Tesla right this entire time? In the final chapter, we'll connect all the pieces, and trust me, you won't want to miss what this means for our future. Now that we've put together all the pieces of this puzzle, it's impossible to ignore the truth. Tesla was right all along. The universe is governed by energy, frequency, and vibration. Ancient civilizations understood this. They built temples, pyramids, and stone circles not just as sacred places, but as energy machines, structures that resonated with the earth, captured natural frequencies, and possibly even generated clean, unlimited power. Nikola Tesla tried to bring this knowledge back. His research showed that electricity could be transmitted wirelessly, that energy is all around us, and that we could access it without relying on fossil fuels or centralized power grids. But mysteriously he was silenced. His Wardenclyffe Tower was demolished, his funding was cut, and his legacy was buried for decades. Now ask yourself, why did this knowledge disappear? Who would have an interest in keeping this technology out of the hands of the people? Imagine a world where we don't have to pay for electricity, where we don't need traditional power grids, where the very vibration of the earth provides us with infinite energy. That would change everything. But maybe that's exactly why we were never taught about this. And now here's the biggest question of all. If everything in the universe is sound and vibration, what else is being hidden from us? Perhaps the greatest secret of humanity isn't just about energy or electricity, but about the true power of frequency. And what if human thought itself is a frequency? Well, that's a mystery for another video. Before you go, a final invitation. If you made it this far, it's because this topic fascinated you just as much as it fascinates us. So, don't leave without hitting the like button. It really helps the channel grow and motivates us to keep bringing you amazing content like this. If you're not subscribed yet, now is the time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we post 3 videos a week, exploring Tesla's secrets, energy mysteries, spirituality, and the hidden forces of the universe. Now, I want to hear from you. What surprised you the most in this video? Do you believe Tesla discovered something that was deliberately suppressed? Drop a comment below. I read all of them. And don't forget to explore our channel. There are many more videos waiting for you.
In the tranquility of midnight, when the world rests under the veil between the tangible and the mysterious, there is an intriguing moment that fascinates many. 3 a.m. At this enigmatic point in time, it is believed that the barrier between the divine and the earthly thins, almost to the point of disappearing. It is at this magical hour that Nikola Tesla suggested that God could reveal cosmic secrets to us. Let's explore the mysteries that awaken when the clock strikes this moment, where reality merges with the divine. What happens in the serenity of the early hours of the morning? Why is this moment chosen for celestial connection? Join us on a journey through the mysteries of the dawn, where time and space intertwine in a celestial dance full of cosmic intrigue and hidden revelations. Tesla was a man of exceptional talent and vision. His contributions to science and technology go far beyond alternating current. He invented the induction motor, the Tesla coil, and was a pioneer in areas such as radio, robotics, and radio frequency energy. His work paved the way for many of the advances we consider normal today. Besides his scientific genius, Tesla was also known for his sleep habits. He practiced polyphasic sleep, sleeping only 2 hours a night and taking short naps during the day. He believed this sleep pattern maximized his energy and creativity. The title, Why God Wakes You Up at 3 a.m., may seem enigmatic at first glance. However, when understood in light of Tesla's beliefs and practices, it takes on new meaning. Tesla believed that waking up at 3 a.m. was a moment of great power and potential. His theory is based on the understanding of energy and vibrations. He believed that at this time, the mind is in its most receptive and creative state, allowing access to ideas and solutions that would otherwise remain hidden. Tesla used this period of quiet to work on his inventions and theories, a practice he considered essential for his extraordinary productivity. Nikola Tesla had an interesting theory about waking up at 3 a.m. He believed that this time was especially favorable to creativity and innovation. According to him, the tranquility and silence of the early morning allowed his mind to clear and focus on his brightest ideas. Waking up at 3 a.m. also has spiritual significance for many, being considered the hour of the soul, when the veil between the physical and spiritual world is thinnest. Tesla, deeply spiritual, saw this moment as an opportunity to connect with the higher energies of the universe. Numerology also addresses the significance of waking up at 3 a.m. The number 3 is sacred in many cultures and religions, representing the Trinity, creation, and manifestation. Perhaps Tesla, aware of this significance, found in this time an additional source of inspiration and connection with the universe. Tesla firmly believed in divine energy, thinking that everything in the universe is interconnected by this energy, and that by tuning into it, one could access divine knowledge and inspiration. His waking up at 3 a.m. may have been an attempt to align himself with this divine energy. The connection between Tesla and spirituality is profound. Although he was a scientist, Tesla did not separate science and spirituality. He believed they were two sides of the same coin, and that by combining them, we could achieve a more complete understanding of the universe. He firmly believed in the vibration of the universe. For him, vibrant energy was the basis of all existence. Every object and being in the universe, according to Tesla, resonated with its own unique frequency. This belief extended to his ritual of waking up at 3 a.m., a moment when he felt that the universe vibrated with a special energy, allowing him to tune into the highest frequencies. Tesla's influence on modern science is immense. Many of his inventions and theories have driven significant advances in fields such as physics, electrical engineering, and robotics. However, the intersection of his spiritual beliefs and his scientific work is often overlooked. He used his waking up at 3 a.m. as a tool to explore the subconscious, believing that this state of wakefulness allowed a deeper connection with cosmic energy. Waking up at 3 a.m. was also related to creativity. For him, this period was a moment of tranquility, away from the noise and distractions of the day, allowing him to fully concentrate on his ideas and inventions. Tesla had fascinating theories about dreams. He believed that dreams were a form of communication between our conscious and subconscious minds and could offer valuable insights and solutions to complex problems. His ritual of waking up at 3 a.m. was a way to access this state of lucid dreaming and use the information revealed in his work. For Tesla, God played an important role in his life. He did not see God as a separate entity, but as a universal divine energy that permeates everything in the universe. This spiritual approach to divinity coincided with his belief in the vibration of the universe and his ritual of waking up at 3 a.m., which he saw as a moment to connect with this divine energy. Tesla had a unique perception of dreams and their meaning. He considered dreams a doorway to understanding universal laws and a source of insights and scientific discoveries. He saw dreams as messages from the subconscious, full of solutions to the problems he faced in his work. God played an enigmatic role in Tesla's life. Although he was a scientist, he never dismissed the presence of a higher power. He believed that science and religion were two sides of the same coin, and that both sought to decipher the mysteries of the universe. Tesla's beliefs had a remarkable impact on society. His faith in the synergy between science and spirituality proposed a new way of seeing the world, which still challenges conventions today. His holistic approach has inspired generations of thinkers, scientists, and spiritualists. He taught that the mind and the universe are intrinsically connected. He believed that thoughts have real energy that can influence physical reality. This comprehensive view of consciousness and reality is one of Tesla's most enduring contributions and continues to be a source of inspiration and debate today. Tesla was an advocate of meditation. He believed that practicing meditation regularly purified the mind, improving clarity of thought and allowing people to connect with universal energies. This habit, he said, also helped awaken creativity, an essential tool in his invention process. Tesla's life offers valuable lessons for everyday application. His early morning routine, for example, can be interpreted as a metaphor for the importance of listening to our inner voice and dedicating time to reflection and personal growth, regardless of the demands of our environment. Tesla also firmly believed in the power of thought. He maintained that our thoughts have the ability to influence our reality and that we can use our minds to attract what we desire into our lives. This philosophy has been the basis of many modern theories about the law of attraction and positive thinking. Additionally, he was a firm believer in universal laws, insisting that everything in the universe is interconnected. He believed that if we could understand these laws, we could use them to improve our lives and achieve our dreams. This belief remains a pillar in many modern spiritual practices, such as New Thought and metaphysics. Tesla had a particular fascination with the number 3. He believed that this number had special significance in the universe and often performed rituals and routines in multiples of 3. His waking up at 3 a.m. was no coincidence, but a reflection of his belief in the power and significance of the number 3. Tesla invites us to explore the unknown, question the limits of reality, and seek connection beyond the apparent. This sense of mystery is a constant in Tesla's life and work, urging us not to accept superficial reality, but to look beyond it, to awaken to the magic hidden in the quietest corners of the night. The final reflections on Nikola Tesla and his waking up at 3 a.m. take us on a journey of self-exploration and discovery. Tesla teaches us that science and spirituality are not at war, but can work together to unravel the mysteries of the universe. His legacy is a reminder that each of us has the power to connect with universal energy, awaken our creativity, and seek the truth in our own unique path. If this video resonated with you, we invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit from this message, and don't forget to leave a comment sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences.
Hello, great to have you here. Today we're diving into 8 groundbreaking inventions and hidden secrets of Nikola Tesla, the man who revolutionized electricity and reshaped the modern world. From the astonishing Wardenclyffe Tower to the iconic Tesla coil, his innovations pushed the boundaries of science and remain shrouded in mystery. But what many don't know is that Elon Musk paid a remarkable tribute to Tesla, honoring his legacy in a way few could imagine. Get ready for an electrifying journey through Tesla's most incredible creations and the secrets that still fascinate the world. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in what is now Croatia. From a young age, he displayed an insatiable curiosity and remarkable talent in science and mathematics. His childhood was marked by enigmatic experiences and the influence of his father, a priest who encouraged his education but looked down upon Tesla's aspirations for invention. This complicated relationship shaped not only his character, but also his determination to become a great inventor. In 1875, Tesla moved to Graz, Austria, to study electrical engineering. He was an exceptional student, known for his ability to visualize complex concepts and solve problems with ease. However, his ideas often surpassed what his professors understood. After a few years, he abandoned his studies and sought new opportunities in Paris, working for companies involved in electrical development. Tesla soon realized that true innovation lay in the use of alternating current, AC, which was not widely accepted at the time. This realization sparked his rivalry with Thomas Edison, who championed direct current, DC. Tesla aimed to transform the global distribution of electricity, enabling efficient long-distance energy transmission. Now that we understand Tesla's journey and struggles, stay with me as we explore one of his most intriguing concepts, the death ray and its potential implications. One of Nikola Tesla's most fascinating and terrifying concepts was what he called the death ray. This device, which extended beyond the realm of science fiction, was designed as a directed energy weapon capable of annihilating targets at vast distances. Tesla envisioned this technology as revolutionary for modern warfare, potentially tipping the balance of power in favor of a nation. Tesla described the death ray as a means to use accelerated particles to target and destroy enemy aircraft. Instead of bullets or explosives, it would emit an invisible beam capable of mass destruction. The implications of such an invention were undeniably grim. If in the wrong hands, it could lead to a new kind of warfare, one not governed by treaties or laws. Despite his enthusiasm, no prototype or concrete demonstration of the device exists, leading skeptics to dismiss it as mere fantasy. However, many historians believe that Tesla's genuine concerns about the repercussions of his discoveries were valid. The mysteries surrounding the death ray have fueled speculation over the decades, with theories suggesting that it was suppressed or concealed due to its potential impact on global politics and security. Fascinating, right? Now let's discover more about Tesla's deep and mystical connection to electricity and how it shaped his innovations. From his birth during a powerful thunderstorm, Nikola Tesla had a profound connection to electricity. For him, this force was more than mere energy. It was a living entity, full of potential. This almost mystical view influenced his innovations, leading him to explore both the technical and philosophical aspects of electricity. Tesla believed that electricity could benefit humanity by democratizing access to energy and transforming everyday life. However, this connection had a darker side. Tesla's obsessive work habits often took a toll on his health, highlighting the pressure of his relentless pursuit of understanding and innovation. His belief that electricity pulsed with vibrant energy is reflected in many of his inventions, which forever changed our interaction with this essential force. The deep respect he held for electricity continues to resonate in modern innovations in energy and technology. Prepare yourself, because now we are going to dive into the famous currents war between Tesla and Edison and how this shaped the electrification of the world. The War of Currents was one of the most notable clashes in the history of electricity, involving two titans of innovation, Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. Edison was one of the first to commercialize direct current, DC. But this system had significant limitations, especially in long-distance power transmission. In contrast, Tesla developed alternating current, AC, allowing for efficient transmission across great distances. After becoming dissatisfied with Edison's methods, Tesla partnered with George Westinghouse, who supported his vision of AC. The conflict intensified as Edison tried to discredit AC, using alarmist tactics related to electrical accidents to sway public opinion. The battle culminated in exhibitions, including the famous 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, where AC was successfully demonstrated. Ultimately, the superiority of AC was recognized, cementing it as the global standard. This technological revolution not only transformed the electrical industry, but also reshaped the urban structure of the 20th century. Now that we've explored the intense rivalry between Tesla and Edison, stay with me as we delve into one of Tesla's most remarkable inventions, the Tesla coil, and its significance in wireless power transmission. One of Nikola Tesla's most iconic inventions is undoubtedly the Tesla coil, created in 1891. This device represented a vision of a future where electricity could be transmitted wirelessly, freeing humanity from the constraints of cables. The Tesla coil is a resonant transformer that generates high voltages and high-frequency currents, creating impressive visible electrical discharges. These demonstrations not only challenged the existing understanding of electricity at the time, but also inspired a new generation of inventors. Beyond the visual spectacle, the Tesla coil had practical applications. Tesla envisioned a world where electronic devices could be powered by energy waves in the air. Although this idea was not fully realized during his lifetime, modern concepts like wireless charging and radio communication owe a great deal to this innovation. The Tesla coil also laid the groundwork for developments in communication and lighting, contributing to technologies like radio and television. The ability to transmit energy wirelessly remains a significant area of research and development, reflecting Tesla's futuristic vision. Remarkable, isn't it? Now prepare yourself for the intriguing story of the Philadelphia experiment and its alleged connections to invisibility and time manipulation. The Philadelphia experiment is one of the most captivating stories involving Nikola Tesla. Although his direct connection to the experiment has never been confirmed, legends suggest that the U.S. Navy attempted to make the USS Eldridge invisible to enemy radar during World War II. According to reports, scientists were exploring new technologies based on electromagnetic fields, a field Tesla extensively researched. The narrative claims that not only did the ship become invisible, but it also allegedly teleported instantaneously from Philadelphia to Norfolk, Virginia. The alleged effects on the crew caused panic, with reports of disorientation and hallucinations. These unverified events fueled conspiracy theories about the capabilities of scientific experimentation. Tesla, who was investigating the manipulation of space and time, remains a central figure in innovative ideas, but the intersection of his research with the experiment is shrouded in mystery. The Philadelphia experiment continues to spark discussions about the possibilities of science and the quest for understanding the universe. Now that we've unveiled this mystery, let's dive into Tesla's ambition with the Wardenclyffe Tower and how it shaped his legacy. The Wardenclyffe Tower, constructed between 1901 and 1905 in Shoreham, New York, is one of Nikola Tesla's most iconic projects. This tower was designed for the wireless transmission of electricity and communication, representing a visionary promise of a future where electricity would be accessible to everyone. To realize this ambition, Tesla sought funding from magnate J.P. Morgan, who was intrigued by Tesla's revolutionary ideas. Initially, their collaboration appeared promising, but it quickly deteriorated. While Tesla was deeply engaged in his experiments, Morgan was focused on financial returns. As construction costs escalated and tangible results proved elusive, pressure mounted on Tesla. In 1906, J.P. Morgan decided to withdraw his financial support, a devastating blow for Tesla and his projects. Without the necessary resources, the construction of the Wardenclyffe Tower was abandoned, and the structure was ultimately demolished in 1917, extinguishing Tesla's hopes of revolutionizing the way electricity was consumed and distributed. This tumultuous relationship underscores the challenges faced by many inventors, who often struggle to balance their creative visions with financial demands. The legacy of the Wardenclyffe Tower, though unfinished, continues to resonate, influencing contemporary movements toward sustainable energy networks. Now that we've explored Tesla's ambitions with the Wardenclyffe Tower and his complex relationship with J.P. Morgan, stay with me as we delve into Elon Musk's homage to Nikola Tesla and how his innovations still impact the modern world. Nikola Tesla remains a source of inspiration today, particularly through one of the world's most innovative companies. Tesla, Inc., founded in 2003 in California, Tesla is renowned for its high-tech electric vehicles, and symbolizes a new sustainable future. The company's name pays tribute to Nikola Tesla, whose contributions to electricity revolutionized the industry and shaped modern infrastructure. Tesla became well known for developing the alternating current, AC, induction motor, a key invention that transformed energy distribution. The mission of Tesla Inc. to promote electric vehicles and sustainable solutions is a fitting tribute to Tesla's visionary legacy. It's important to note that Elon Musk was not one of Tesla's founders. The company was created by engineers Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning in 2003. Musk joined a year later, providing significant investment and taking on a leadership role. Since then, he has been instrumental in building the brand and bringing Tesla's vision to life, promoting a cleaner energy economy. The growing popularity of electric vehicles and the shift towards sustainable energy solutions demonstrate that Nikola Tesla's spirit is very much alive, inspiring new generations to dream big and innovate for a greener future. One of Nikola Tesla's most ambitious visions was to provide free and unlimited energy for everyone. He believed the Earth was abundant in natural resources that could be harnessed, allowing humanity to extract electricity at no cost. Tesla envisioned electricity as a resource comparable to the air we breathe. He argued that we could harness energy from the planet's natural frequencies, enabling homes to be powered by accessible, fluid energy without relying on conventional electrical grids. However, Tesla's quest for free energy faced significant challenges. The electrical industry of the time was deeply rooted in systems that depended on billing, and his ideas threatened the financial interests of investors. Despite these obstacles, Tesla's notion of universal access to energy continues to inspire modern movements toward clean and sustainable energy sources. From solar panels to wind turbines, his legacy lives on, emphasizing the need for solutions that benefit everyone, not just a select few. Nikola Tesla is widely recognized as a pioneer of radio technology. While many scientists of his time struggled to grasp the viability of electromagnetic waves, Tesla was already experimenting with concepts that would shape the future of wireless communication. He believed it was possible to transmit messages through the air using these waves, allowing for communication over long distances without the need for wires. In 1893, Tesla successfully demonstrated the transmission of radio signals at an exhibition in St. Louis, establishing a precedent for what would later become modern radio communication. Tesla envisioned a future of instantaneous communication, where crucial information could be exchanged in seconds, uniting people around the globe. His vision resembled an interconnected network similar to the internet we know today. Unfortunately, Tesla's revolutionary ideas about wireless communication did not materialize during his lifetime, largely due to a lack of funding and resistance to his innovations. Nevertheless, his contributions to the field of communication continue to be felt, laying the groundwork for modern technologies that connect the world. Now that we understand Tesla's impact on modern communication, get ready for a final reflection on his enduring legacy. Nikola Tesla was not just an inventor. He was a true visionary whose creative spirit and innovations have shaped the world we live in today. His ideas on electricity, communication, and accessible energy continue to resonate and inspire new generations. Tesla's legacy, represented by innovations such as alternating current and radio technology, lives on in every technological advancement that improves our lives. In this channel, we frequently explore Tesla's life and inventions. If you found yourself captivated by his story and ideas, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fascinating content about science, technology, and the great minds that change the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Nikola Tesla's legacy. See you next time.